You get a close-up of the... I mean, you can see everything you see here. See, like, my fucking open closet, but that's about it. Gibson owns Epiphone. Well, then it's Gibson. I play a lot more on my acoustic, so it doesn't really matter. Show off your hair. That's the end of the Weezer discussion. You have a big forehead. Yes. Well, I'm just going to play Bloodborne now. I mean, if any new opinions arise on Weezer, I'll share them, but there's not anything I really cared to share. Just to catch you up, I beat the first boss. I'm on to the second. I already know where he is, so it's really just a matter of running there. But mostly upgrade. I did a little bit of grinding so I could get a bunch of vials, but I'll assuredly run out of them before I actually beat the boss. We now return to him trying to beat for 3 hours. It'll be 2.5. Start a Weezer discussion podcast. I literally did. It's literally called the Radcast. And you know why I stopped making it? Because Weezer stopped giving me a reason to make it. There. Now you should have in-game audio. It might be bad, actually. I'm gonna have to, like, do my quick fix for the audio. Yeah, your regular scheduled content. Your forehead as big as the one just in time painting? I don't know what you're saying. Listen. My body may be a temple, but it's not exactly the most symmetrically, visually pleasing thing in the world. I think being an adult is accepting that. At least I don't release music like Rivers Cuomo does in 2018. Alright, the audio should be fixed now, but let me know if it skedazzles on me again. So, the second boss, I can't remember his name. It's like a dude with a gun and a sword, but I need to remember the way over there. I actually unlocked the shortcut, but it seems in my absence I forgot about it. I believe it's under the elevator, or the bridge. Hold up, I can fix the audio levels. Yeah, I muted my mic before, so it ended up kind of off. So there's... I gotta go, like, find a shortcut. I think it's this way. Yeah. When did you start going through puberty? Age... I can't remember if it was 14 and a half or 15, but I was definitively a late bloomer. I was one of the last of my age group to hit it. I know that much. But exact date, I couldn't. I don't know the fucking time and place. I can remember, like, seeing my first armpit hair. And, like, accidentally slapping my dick and going, whoa. Whoa, what was that sensation? But otherwise, not too much. What is this? You mean, like, what game is this? It's a Dark Souls ripoff. But it does it pretty well. So I'll allow it. Alright, so I am going the right way. I'm just kind of taking a stupid route to it. But that big ladder over there, I believe, is where I need to be. Actually, no, it's a bit further. That big ladder. PG-13. I mean, I feel like kids these days are on the internet way earlier than I ever was. Because when I was young, we had, like, dial-up at best. Yeah, like, talking about puberty isn't even really a PG-13 thing anymore. How do you just accidentally slap the peen? I don't know, just got very energetic arms. They, you know, bad angle. What happened to your hair? Why does it look bad? I don't... It's hair. I think you're overthinking it. Also, for those curious, the new Weezer album's out March 1st, 2019. Which, I'll be honest, I was expecting this year. I guess he's pushing it back just so we can really be comfortable with what they're trying. From what I've heard so far, It's sounding like it's gonna be above Pacific Daydream, but like below the good ones. To put it like as a Weezer fan. But I mean, I'll take that at this point. I'll take better than Pacific Daydream. That's all I need. Damn.
Too proud to show your true face.
All of my dash is completely off sync. Okay, got my practice running. I gotta find my way back again. I think the faster way is there's an elevator that goes straight to that, which I ignored. You hear about the new Good, Bad, and Queen album? No, I haven't. But I'm not super familiar with Good, Bad. I'm always looking for new albums. I'd say like every week I pick out like just two albums to listen through. It was a good level for me where it's like I can listen to it twice if I like it, but if I don't like it, then I can just go throw on a playlist I know I like. So anything new to try, I'll take. Yeah, I beat the Cleric Beast, which is why I'm going for the second one now. Cleric Beast, I whomped him after I got 10 vials. Like, it was easy country after that. Like, any or recent one, either. Usually what I do to find new music is I'll do like a Spotify Discover playlist, and a lot of them are like hit or miss, and I guess some never miss, huh? But, you know, there's always one or two tracks out of the playlist that I like, so I'll find the album that it's from, and then I'll just listen through that album. And, you know, I'd say 30% of the time it ends up being an album I like. So it's a good way to, like, find new music. Discover new music, even. Oh, he threw it extremely late, though. And it installed it. There goes my free souls. You think what do you think Fantana will say? I think he's... I mean... I guess I know enough Fantano to have a good read of how he views Weezer. And he's much more in their older stuff's better camp. I don't know how open he is to, like, different stuff, but I would assume he's got the same idea as me, where it's like, it's gotta be original. I think he'd have a similar reaction to me, just like, that's derivative, uninspired, whatever. But I mean, I don't know his tastes. I can't imagine it's gonna be too positive. If it's anything like my opinion, it's that, you know, Can't Stop the Hustle was a bit more, was better. This one is definitely better than a lot of Daydream. But I don't know. I'm still like, we'll have to see on what the album is. I feel like that's ultimately what my question is. There's always like a song or two off of the Weezer album that I just don't care for. So it's still possible to like, I'd like the album, and that's just one I don't care that much about. Hard to tell, I guess. I do not have my gun on. And I don't know how to put it on. I got it on. What about Joji? Are you asking what my opinion of Joji is? Because I really don't care that much for most of Joji's stuff. There was one recent song that I did like. I can't remember what it was. It was the one where he's like in the desert, riding around. But I'm not a big fan of this sad boy music. That was really the only one that ever ruminated with me. Ooh, I got a shot in there. Sorry if I'm a little wish-washy on my responding to chat here. You know how these fights go. I think I'm starting to figure out his pattern. If I attack and then just prep my swing, I tend to just walk into it. I just can't really go for 2 attacks. Get greedy. Ooh, that's a good angle. Hold on, if I can get him right up across this, I might be able to just wail on him and vice versa. I'm doing better. I'm also just worried about running out of vials. See, I can, like, stall them out easy, but it's whether I have the resources to stall them that's a problem. I think I can, though. If I kind of... This is kind of cheesing it, but... It has to be an intentional design. There's no way they made this without the intention of me long-ranging it. This is better than doing, like, the staircase cheese that I was doing earlier. And, of course... Well, playtime's over. Oh, that's why they set it up. Alright, that's clever. That makes sense. Phase 2. There's always a phase 2. Are you a musician? I would say a hobbyist musician. I like to practice. I wouldn't say I'm like a large-scale creator. I mean, I have like a lot of demos, and there's a couple things that are really close to being done. But, like, I don't really have anything to show for my work right now, if that makes sense. But I'd say music's like my second hobby behind video games. And I don't do much else other than those two, so get enough practice. Wrong way. Sorry for asking this so much, but what do you think about the DMC series now that you've finished 3? I think the third one is what made me a fan of the series. I liked the first one, but I really only liked it for, like, what it reminded me of a Revengeance, of a Metal Gear Rising. But DMC 3 had enough of this, like, self-aware, cringy, but in, like, a funny way charm, that, you know, I care about the series. I still need to play the 4th one before 5 comes out. So I'm not rushing into that, just because, you know, there's like a 2-week span when I was just playing the 1st and the 3rd back-to-back. But it's fresh. I'd say it's fresh. It's got something that I don't have another game to fill that hole in my heart. Never gets all of them. But doesn't matter. Where is my GF? Do you have her phone number? You may want to contact her. Join Weezer as a hobbyist musician. Yeah, I'll play the triangle. Ever thought about streaming skill-based games like Cooking Mama? Yeah. There's been a lot of Cooking Mama streams that got turned down because I didn't think I was ready, but one day. So, I guess the good news here is that I can abuse that strategy from the beginning and save some files. Whereas before I was tanking a lot of hits. I need to get him in position. A little more to the left. There you go.
This is 1980. Can't you afford a fucking haircut?
Hey FUNKe, it's me again to let you know that you should like play harder and remember that you might
play?
get your miss during
I'm
this
most
boss
versed
fight
in the
smile.
guitar, but I also do keys. And I mean, I own a couple other instruments, but those are really the two primary ones. I have a bass guitar. I have an ocarina that occasionally on stream I'll try to learn, but wouldn't call myself an aficionado. The rest of them are just meme instruments like automatones. But I mean, I've owned a guitar since I was, I'd say like 11 or 12. The issue is I didn't practice since age 12. I practiced since age like 19, and I'm 21 now, so just a little like under 2 years. I've really been working at it. And I mean, I also practice singing, but it's not really as contemporary of an instrument, even if the voice is an instrument. He's using the gun way more this time. 2. I don't know what's gonna happen in phase 2. I'm gonna be down to like 2 vials. 4 vials. For that. Couldn't. I didn't have the time. It better. Better. Doesn't mean
Great.
one.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
Thanks so much.
I think you would really get a kick of the soundtrack of the movie La Planeta Sauvage. It's a French 70 minuti animated movie about a race of giant humanoid blue aliens who keep human suspects. The
Alien
soundtrack
aesthetic
is
of
a very surreal
funk, jazz, and
alien
psychedelic.
aesthetic. A combination of funk, jazz,
Circus ballads?
psychedelic.
I'm not sure what circus ballads means, but that's actually an interesting description. I'm gonna go grind a couple of vials really quickly. Get myself up to 10. I don't want to fight this boss with only 4. Could I make a Garfield shrine? No. Yeah, if you want to link that to me, send it over. Send it on Discord. I mean, you can send it here, but I can't... I'm not really listening to things right now. Fuck, I went to the wrong one. Well, wait for the load. Did you beat the boss? I beat the first boss. I'm on the second one right now. And, you know, I'm actually doing work on him. It's just one of those things where, like, you know, trial and error. You have to fight him, like, 5 times. And, you know, it's Dark Souls, so you're always going to have to run, you know, 10 minutes to actually get to the boss every fight. But I think I can get him in the next, like, 20 minutes. I'd like to say I can get him the next try, but the issue is if I lose, then I have to go grind for more Estus, and that's the annoying part. You already have a Garf Shrine? Oh, well then. Then he doesn't need to make one, because why would you need 2? This is the Dark Souls of Bloodborne. Was there ever a plan to make a Bloodborne 2, or was it purely a one-off thing from the beginning? I mean, I doubt they went into it like, we're gonna make a second one. But I'm curious if, like, at any point after it, were they like, do we do DS3 or Bloodborne 1? Or Bloodborne 2? Oh, it was always a one-off, never intended? Okay. Just curious. I mean, honestly, I'm fine with that. I'm enjoying this, but I feel like Dark Souls really does this RPG genre more justice. So that big orc dude right there drops 2 vials. But the birds make it extremely annoying. Especially when they do that. And you don't dodge. Because that happens. Before I forget, that Killer 7 Steam port is actually really good. That's good. Seems like these days everything that's ever ported is awful. How do you feel about Nashville stuff? About Nashville stuff? I don't think I'm up to date because I'm not sure you're referring to. Nashville stuff? I didn't lose to a bird. The bird got me low damage. Then I lost to the orc. Nashville country? I don't know. I know what Nashville is, I just don't know what the stuff you're referring to is. You have to indulge me. Good enough. He also does this thing where he, like, walks away. Oh, you're just asking how I feel about country music. That's such a weird way. How do you feel about that Nashville stuff? You mean country music? I'm not a fan of it. Here's the thing. I grew up in Georgia. My mom's part of the family is pretty southern. Not like white trash, redneck southern, but got a bit of a southern draw. you know, running through the family kind of Southern. So I heard a lot of country music growing up, and it didn't stick with me. My dad played me enough Beastie Boys that it evened me out, and I did not come to enjoy country music. But I mean, there's a couple of, you know, country songs that resonate with me. Country Roads, before the meme, was actually like a top tier song for me and like a lot of my family. It get played a lot. Devil Went Down to Georgia. A lot of like the Charlie Daniels band, I guess I was familiar with. But otherwise, I don't do country. If it's on the radio, I'll change the channel. If it's in my playlist, I'll skip it. Do you like Achy Breaky Heart? No, but I have seen Hannah Montana. So, I've heard enough of it to know that I don't like it. There we go. 10. You know, I think I'll kill the ogre one more time, just so I have 12. 'Cause that's kind of an easier kill. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind, but he was willing to make a deal. I'd always go to Stone Mountain? Yellowstone? I can't even remember whichever one's in Georgia. And they'd have a laser light show with Devil Went Down to Georgia. Also Guitar Hero 3, as everyone has come to know it. But I knew the original too. Funk cover of it? I've considered, but not yet. I don't want to load it again. I'm just gonna go fight the boss. I don't feel like having to reload 3 times. Devil Went Down to Georgia is a banger, dude. The moment you become a yelling YouTube, you lose your identity. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of YouTube channels where it's just like, calm down. There are some of my videos where I'm like yelling in it, and I'll look back and I'm like, why? This like presentation of information is kind of annoying. So now I've just removed all ability to get loud from my physical being. I'm not Australian, but damn, Australian folk country music is so good. Dude, Australian, like, indie rock scene is fucking awesome. Around Melbourne, it's like a thriving industry. I should have used my money to buy something. There's a thriving industry of just, like, indie artists over in Melbourne. I got a friend who's fucking amazing at music, and he's helped me with a bunch of stuff. And I've just learned about all of these awesome bands that I, like, love. All from the Melbourne area. If I had to, like, pick a specific, like, region of music I like Melbourne. That or I get, like, what would you call, like, blur? There's, like, a word for it. It's, like, Brit rock. That's not really a specific region. Brit pop? Yeah. I'm also way into that. Funk, it's pronounced Melbourne, not Melbourne. Why? Well, it's spelled like Jason Bourne, so whatever. I'll keep that in mind. I mostly see it in writing. I don't say it out loud that often. Alright. Got 11 vials. Let's see if I can get past phase 2 this time. I could really pick any of these gravestones, but I don't know. I've come to appreciate this one. That's our little spot. And start saying it out loud. Okay, I'll try to incorporate Melbourne into my dialogues more often. Apologies, Australian viewers. Shut up, streamer. Yeah, that's the chat I look for. That's what keeps me going live every night at 8 o'clock. 6. Live, it's actually 6. Damn. That's what I get for slacking. I'm going slow. Fucking hella. Didn't seem it. I'm gonna have to eat all of my dogs for this one. I can't do it. I can't do it, guys. I'm choking. It's a completely different fight. He's fucking ring around the rosy in me. It's his ability to re-attack so quickly that fucks me. Even like in the middle of my attack. What I'm afraid of is him trying to take a shot at me while I'm healing, making me waste a vial. I think he's close to the other form. Yep, there it is. I'm gonna play this slow. Light attacks only. Single light attacks. Maintain dodge. Still not enough. Gravestones too, they make it so hard to dodge. Fuck. I almost think I'm gonna have to cheese that one on the staircase. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to beat him otherwise, but God. Should start parrying more? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I need to try and use my shield more often. Please play Desert Bus 2. There's a second one? I know there's Desert Bus VR. I would not be against doing like a Desert Bus stream, but I feel like use that time more wisely. I don't feel like I have the activity of a chat that could get me through that. I'm happy to do like an 8-hour driving stream. But I know like when it gets to the middle of the night, it's just gonna be me. And I don't know if I want to endure that. Go get heals? Yeah, you're right. Completely blanked out there. No, I'll beat him with a single vial. I'm sorry that I'm not blaming you. No one's obligated to. I'm just saying, objectively speaking, I know that it would get sad. You can parry with your gun? What the fuck? No, I'd never learned that one. The Bloodborne kindergarten. I have to figure out. I know that you can like stun them if you hit them mid-attack, but I only have a single bullet anyways. Why do you hate us? I never said I hated you. When did that word ever come out of my mouth? That's a parry? I guess. I mean, I wasn't really trying it there because I had a single one and I didn't think it would make a difference, but I guess I didn't try, so I can't argue. Do what Mr. Slyn did. Do a sleep stream and get a boner. Oh, that's... You say that like I don't frequently get those while streaming. I don't see how that'd be any different. There's a reason the camera only goes down to here. Whoops. In some ways, I feel like one of the big flaws of this game is, you know how like in Dark Souls 3 you can just sit at a bonfire, get your health up, and then like if you need to grind something, then you can just sit, kill. This game is like fundamentally built around grinding between bosses, but you can't just, like, regen your health. So if I wanted to just grind on this guy, I'd have to go back, reload Firelink, reload this area, and do it over and over. And that's just, like, really annoying, because it forces me, because I'm like, well, fuck, and then I'll just have to run over here and fight these guys instead, who are way harder to grind, because they actually put up a fight. And when they come both at once like that, really annoying. Especially when you're trying to conserve heal vials, but then you have to use your heal vials while grinding for heal vials, so it takes even longer. Just play a different game, lol. But I've already played the first and the third, and I ain't fucking playing DS2 before Bloodborne, I'll tell you that much. Like, it literally makes more sense to let them kill you and die. That way I could just kill the orc again. It's less work. Are you wearing pants? You'll never know. Anything with fur is not automatically a furry. Balance-wise, would you say this is more or less balanced with the other Dark Souls games? I mean, that depends. Someone said that I could parry with the gun, but I assume you just mean stunning. It seems like stunning with the gun is less applicable than just parrying with a shield. So in that way, I would say like DS1 and 3 are a bit easier. But then I would also say like pacing-wise, I would just say like Dark Souls 3 is overall easier. Dark Souls 1, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of when I played Dark Souls 1, but instead of, like, the game just being bugged, it's just intentionally designed in an annoying way. But I'd say it's, like, in the same realm as the Souls games balance-wise. It's more or less playing the same game. It's just you have different tools in your kit. So you don't have a shield in this one. You have a long-range gun at your disposal at most times. And bullets are, as far as I'm aware, a little scarce. I mean, you can, like, buy them and stuff, but I'm not really trying to focus on that kind of build. And I'm sure you can, and it's easier. But if you're playing like me, which is just as if it was a Dark Souls game, the gun is sort of, it's not a novelty, but it's just, like, I don't know. It's not going to be deciding your fights that often. At least not how far I'm into the game. That might change later. And this is why I hate grinding. You can parry with a gun, you just have to shoot before. I know what you're saying. That's what I'm referring to. It's just when I hear parry, I think literally timing a parry of two swords. That's not a parry, that's just stunning. I mean, it is parrying, but like the dictionary definition of parrying is like contact. Which I guess you could argue the bullets are contacting them while they're in motion, but that's just semantics, and I'm not here to argue that. And I don't mean anything I'm saying like complaining about it either. I'm not saying like, this sucked. I had to like strategically use my gun. No, I'm fine with that. It's just different. This sucks. I keep using all my fucking Estus. I'm gonna use one and lure a single one out. And if I do that, then I can just go straight to the boss afterwards. Would this be a massive bruh moment? As far as I'm aware, no. That's not what a bruh moment is. Maybe my terminology's off, though. I missed the zombie bastards part. What did you think of it? I didn't think twice about it, is what I thought. It was below Can't Stop the Hustle, but I guess marginally better than Pacific Daydream. But I would still argue at least like 3 or 4 tracks off of Daydream I would have rather listened to than this. It was, I don't know, it just didn't leave an impression. That's all I can say. It wasn't really anything unique. Didn't give me anything I couldn't get from anyone else. These are my thoughts. Let's see what Sinister's feelings are on this. as soon as it appears on my monitor. I'm gonna critique your critique. You have -1. It's a -1. Literally just checked it. The song is just so boring, so mediocre, I can't even bring myself to hate it. I feel completely indifferent. Yeah! Even with California Snow, I felt something. That something being hate. Also, can we talk about the lyrics for a second? These are nearly fucking happy hour tier lyrics, my god. Can't Knock the Hustle actually had me kind of excited that Weezer might be trying something new. Something interesting, but that clearly isn't the case. I can't ever imagine listening to this again until the album's released, and probably never again after that. That's like literally exactly what my thoughts were. Like that's like on the fucking nose what I said after I listened to it. I said, I feel indifferent. I don't care about this. The lyrics are like the definition of Rivers Cuomo. He has this spreadsheet of rhymes, right? And he like got engineers, I guess, programmers to make it so that like if he needs one a certain length that he can like
This is
find
1980.
it.
Can't you afford a fucking
And what he
haircut?
did is he hit fucking randomized. He hit randomized. All right, I got a song sheet. I got my lyrics. It's
This is 1980. Can't you afford a
Resident
fucking haircut?
Punkass gifted 3 full fucking subs. Lord Carr, Gabe Brickles. That's a great name. And Kazoo. Nice. Thank you.
This is 1980. Can't you afford a fucking haircut?
I have to reboot the Radcast just because it'll be me and Sinister saying the same. We're on the same wavelength with Weezer at this point. It's like I don't mind you doing something different. I just want it to be different. And rest assured, Sinister, I gave you the epic thumbs up on Reddit. I won't allow that to be a -1 opinion. I'm curious what like the Weezer community's opinion is, because I don't really follow our Weezer anymore, and I don't really follow any like sub community, so I'm a bit disconnected. My heart pumps Kool-Aid. Music saved my life. Very deep and thoughtful. Thanks, Rivers. You sound exactly how you sounded about Weezer in the Radcast. And that's the reason I haven't done another Radcast, because what different opinion could I provide? I'm indifferent. It's sad. Funk speak the unspoken Weezer opinions. Hot take. Unspoken is one of Weezer's best modern songs. At least past like Pinkerton. Not relevant to what you said, but you used the word unspoken. Just talk about TF2, it would be the same problem. I'm indifferent and I have nothing to say. Wrong button. Double wrong button. Fuck. No, I'm not gonna waste it. I'd have to use like 2 full vials. And that would only be like a gain of 1. I feel like Rivers Cuomo is just disconnected at this point. I feel like that's the problem. You know, when he was like in his 20s, in his 30s, and even sometimes he still manages to do this, but like much more when he was younger, he wrote music to write good music. He wrote music to like express something that he felt. And I'm not going to try and like get into his head, but from an outward perspective, it seems like he doesn't write music to say something that he has on his heart. He writes music to write music. He writes music just to like, hey, I'm pretty good at this, I'm gonna make something catchy. Cause he went through this whole phase in when he was younger, where it's just like he had to figure out how to make the perfect pop song, and he just stuck to that moral way too hard. And it's not about making a legitimately unique song. It's about making, you know, a song that applies to every audience. Like, ooh, it's got these like abstract lyrics that you can like decipher meaning from, and at the same time it's got these like gritty instrumentals that aren't just distorted guitar. They're like synthesizers and all these other. But he spent so much time trying to craft the perfect song that he forgot like the secret ingredient. You know, the chemical X of music. And that's like actually caring about what you're making. Funk watches TikTok? What? What are you talking about? I said once on stream that a couple of TikTok memes made me laugh. Don't go assuming. They were ironic ones, too. Not even gonna give it attention. Fuck it. I'm gonna kill the dogs. I really don't want to fight this boss with 7, and I really don't want to reload. But yeah, it's like... It's a bad time to be a Weezer TF2 fan hybrid. People will come in here, like, routinely and ask me, like, why don't you talk about either of those things as much? And I'm like, because they have one common trait. And it's that they let me down a lot these days. I gotta find something new. I gotta replace those parts of my heart with things that won't let me down. I feel like we're in this conundrum with Weezer where it's like, should they retire? I don't want to like jump the gun here or be that guy, but up till now, there's never a point where I'm like, it's time to retire. And I'm not saying that now. I'm just saying, would it be like completely off the books for everybody? I would argue that had they retired after the White Album, that would have been fucking it. Like, that would have been a legacy. Like, that's fucking... That's a redemption. That's literally an anime redemption arc. Like a high-tier anime finale. Like, holy shit, they did it! They figured it out! They unlocked the puzzle! But, you know, we're now in, like... We're now in, like, the Dragon Ball Z GT era of Weezer. You know? It's like... Ooh, you're still going with that. Maybe... No more? We're good? And I'm not saying, like, they should never make music, but just, like, imagine, like, it ended with White Album, and Rivers kept making stuff, but it was solo. All of his stuff, Pacific Daydream, solo album. The Black Album, solo Rivers Cuomo album. Would anyone have complained about that? I don't think so. And it makes sense, too. These new albums, like, don't really fit the Weezer mold. And I know you could argue, like, Weezer is trying to not have a definitive sound, but I don't think you can argue that, like, their best received stuff is, like, within a certain range. And anything outside of that doesn't, like, read as Weezer. You don't hear it and think Weezer. So, what if, like, all of that stuff was just solo work? I feel like that would have been, like, the good timeline. I keep dying. I can't farm. I mean, I'm not even fucking, like, a fourth into this game, and I can already tell you that if this doesn't become marginally less annoying to grind for vials, then I'm in for a ride. Just let Jake Sinclair take over. Here's the thing, Cuomo hated Jake Sinclair. He didn't hate Jake Sinclair, but Sinclair was like the producer for the White Album, right? He's the one, he's super nostalgic for old school Weezer. He really pushed Cuomo to go for that old school beachy rock sound. And Cuomo fought it. He fought it as much as he could. I think every song on that album that didn't sound rocky was because Jake had to, like, give Rivers a couple. I wouldn't argue with that. I feel like Jake... I don't think Jake would, like, force them to just keep doing the same thing. I bet you Jake would actually give them room to experiment and still have, like, that, you know, that sweet, wheezy sound and scent that I love so much. But no. Is he gonna give up? I don't have it. I have to keep doing it. I don't have a choice. I need these fucking vials.
Great. Thank you.
I can't beat the boss without these vials. I have to keep grinding. And I know I'm not gonna do it without at least 10. I probably need like 15, to be honest. But this is what fucking happens. I have to use up all my fucking vials to get more vials. That's irony. I'm losing more vials doing this. There has to be a better way than this. I don't know any monster that drops a bunch of souls for me to, like, buy them with. These guys literally drop vials, but they make them a fucking bitch. I've used the word fuck in, like, the last 5 sentences. That's how you know that I'm fucking sick of it. And the worst part is I've run out of, like, hot Weezer opinions to share, too. So I can't even fill this space with my aggressive reactionary. I just have to sit and take it. All of my favorite bands aren't releasing music at all. And the ones that aren't releasing good music. Except for, like, Gorillaz. They did good. But otherwise, I'm just, like, lacking new content. Well, Charlie Bliss has been doing well, but only really released a single song, so I wouldn't really count that.
Great. Thank you.
Sure thing.
Thanks so much.
If you're gonna just run away, why not switch to an arcane build? Because I'm 5 hours into this game and I don't want to get rid of all of the things I've worked 5 hours to build. The now was boring and samey. Yeah, but like, you gotta keep in mind, since Plastic Beach, it's been years, all we got was Humans, and Humans was a bit of a dumpster fire in some regards, so I feel like the now was a refreshing return for Gorillaz. I will say, like, it wasn't a top Gorillaz album. It was like tied for 4th place with Plastic Beach. But I thought the now was good. I thought there was easily, like, a couple of tracks that I could throw in my personal playlist and listen to again. And I think it's an album that I would, you know, recommend to people to listen to at least once. That's kind of all you can really ask for with Gorillaz. I know we're not going to get another Demon Days or self-titled. Is the game audio loud for anyone? I mean, I can turn it down a little bit. How do you feel about Joji's music? I know it's not your style, but I just want to know. I mean, I've already talked a bit about it on this stream, but to give you kind of a quick rundown, it's very low-energy music. It suffers from, I don't know what to call it, like samey syndrome, where every song kind of just blends into each other. You know, albums just sound like one long song, and not in a good way. I'm not talking like King Gizzard, like, the entire album's just one long song with a bunch of different, like, arcing, like, guitar solos. It's not like that. It's just the same song for 20 minutes. There's not peaks and valleys to it. There's not very many highs or lows on the songs. You know, there's not, like, super energetic moments mixed in with, like, super quiet and somber ones. It's just, like, in the middle of the road the entire time. And that, is a negative for me, because I like high-energy music. I grew up with loving rock. And I would say these days I have a very flexible taste in music. Like, I'll listen to, you know, stuff outside of my realm. But... And I don't mean to say, like, it's objectively bad. I just mean for my taste, I like music with energy. At least with high, like, moments of energy. And very little, if any at all, of Joji's music has that. I'll listen to anything but country. I'll still listen to a little bit of country. I don't go out of my way for it. But there's a selection of songs. The worst concert you've ever been to? I haven't been to that many concerts I've only been to a Weezer, two Weezer ones. I mean, both were good. The second one was definitely way better. The first one was in St. Augustine, Florida, which is like middle of nowhere. The second, well, I guess, was it? No, it was St. Augustine. The second one was in Atlanta, Georgia, which, you know, is a very populated area. And they had way more energy in Atlanta. And, you know, since I live in Atlanta now, there's tons of concerts going on, and I plan to go to a lot more. But as of right now, I mean, I don't know, I'd say the first Weezer concert, it was a... The selection of songs was pretty, you know, generic Weezer, Beverly Hills kind of stuff. And they didn't have that much energy. They kind of just went on stage and sang it and left. But in Atlanta, like, they had full energy. They had, like, props and sets and, you know, volleyballs and stuff. It was good. You have to listen to Australian music. I was saying earlier, I'm, like, super into Melbourne music. I'm, like, way into their indie scene. Tiny Little Houses is, like, one of the Melbourne bands I'm really into right now. I'm gonna kill the orc one more time, and then I'll fight the boss. You should listen to 7 by Whitey. I think I've heard of that. Is that the one with, like, the weird Lego character on the album cover? Because I've listened to that album. I might be getting it mixed up with something. But, if I haven't listened to it, then, yeah. Oh well. A problem with most albums is that they put out singles that are good, and then the rest of the songs are trash. But, I mean, can you blame them? It's like, you have an album, you need to sell it, you're gonna advertise the best songs. I do wish that more songs were consistent, and you know what, I actually kind of like it when albums save, like, their deepest cuts for the album and don't make it a cover. You know, like, let's use the White Album by Weezer for an example. What singles were there? LA Girls, King of the World, and Do You Want to Get High? So there was, like, I'm trying to, like, remember the full playlist. But, like, the entire album was solid. And I feel like that's a good example of how, like, albums and singles go. When the album is consistent and the singles actually represent. I feel like singles should be made to represent the album and not just, like, the best of it. Because if you just pick... That's like, if you pull the... Like, if you have a... if you're trying to make a... you call it... a trailer for your movie, right? What's the trope that everyone hates about movie trailers? When they show the entire movie. They show the climax of it, and it's like, well, I don't need to see it now. It's the same thing with singles on albums. It's like, no, you save the best part for the album. Just show me something that represents, like, the entire album. I'm not fighting them. I lost all my fucking health. I'm just gonna go fight the boss. I wish more albums would, like, you know, do that. Get, like, an energetic song that's catchy, and it represents the album. That's all. And if you really have to, then, like, you know, make a music video release for it after the album is out. But maybe save, like, you know, the climax of it for the people that actually pay money to listen to your album. I feel like that's fair. You think your prediction of the blackout? See, in my prediction, it was like, I can't even remember. It was like a 4 out of 10. I think Fantano might actually give the Black Album a 4 out of 10, depending on how it goes. Here's the thing, he gave Pacific Daydream a 4, I believe, and I don't imagine he's going to make it that low. It's going to be like a 5. It's going to be that area. We'll see. I mean, I hope not. I hope it does well. I'll buy a couple of these, because maybe these will help with the second phase. I was deciding if I wanted to buy all of them, and I ended up doing that. Like Sing's trailer, "You're Not My Son," 2 minutes later, that's my son. Yeah, there's been a lot. It's just like a common trope of movie trailers these days. It's like, well, we have to show all the important parts of the movie, and then people will want to see the parts in between. It's like, no, you have it opposite. You want to show the in-between parts, and then make them go, oh, what's this going to lead to? And then you have, like, one big moment at the end. That's how you, like, formulate a trailer. I mean, I'm not gonna act like I know how the industry should be run. Clearly, a bunch of marketers decided what they're doing, so there must be some, I guess, like, reason they're doing it. It works, but personally speaking, I think that's dumb. And I'm always right, so they should change it. Change it, or I'm going to boycott movies forever. Thoughts on Powerline? Cool musician. I've not heard Powerline. Not familiar with the genre. I will say I didn't think the Black Album cover would be that kind of sound. I thought it would be more lo-fi, gritty, kind of like, you know, kind of like static. I survived? I survived that. Alright, okay. Don't know how the fuck I got through that. Yeah, I can still fight the boss. I mean, I'm down 2 Estus, but I can make 11 work. Probably would have been better if I died, because I would have kept all my vials, but... Alright. I hate the fucking dun, or the dramatic sound effect in trailers where they cut to an action scene. Yeah, like the boom, boom, that sound that every fucking trailer uses. Wait, you don't like that? You don't like the copy-paste movie action trailers? Yeah, maybe that'll change one day. Powerline's cool, but he had a concert where he just danced with, like, his dad and kid, and they broke into the stage. Weird. This summer. Come on, fucking stop shooting! Move! He always fucking changes his tactics. It's like this AI is capable of adaptation. What is this, the future? He's playing... Every time I fight him, he plays differently. He's way more aggressive this time. Should do, shoot him. That way he can't shoot me. Neither of us can shoot each other because of the gravestone heights. You guys know they're apparently changing the textures of Minecraft? There's like a big update where they're changing all the textures. I had like an Ant Venom video recommended to me. I'm like, the fuck, why? This isn't cheesing the boss, this is like legitimate strategy right here. It's not like important, I don't have anything to say about it, it's just this boss fight's gonna take a while, so I gotta pull out every topic of discussion I can. I do like some of the changes, like making some of like the resource items look better when you built with them. I'm gonna try to... If I survive the kill. Well, I shot him after his attack and it didn't do anything. That did. Not really anything for me, though. You don't have to hide it. We all know you're subbed to Ant Venom. I mean, I was at one point. Michael edits for him, and Michael's my fucking I have a shrine to him in my closet. But I mean, to be honest, I am not subscribed anymore. I don't really care that much about the inner workings of Minecraft. But there's some cool topics here and there. It's kind of loud. Hold on. You know what? I might know what it is. My settings may have reset themselves. Give me a second. As long as it's not like crackly, I can deal with bad audio. Should be lower now. Remember when Funk ragged with marbles? I don't know what that sentence is, but the marble game was very fun. It's out on Steam now too, I think. But there's not any other content, so. Wait for DLC packs before I play it again. The torture dance was... It did it justice. It was interesting. Yeah, I'm going to grind again, by the way, in case you were curious. We give Funk 2 more hours before he rage quits. I just want to beat it within the hour. When did I start streaming? Like 6 o'clock? I was kind of hoping this wouldn't go over, 3. I just want to beat the boss and keep moving. How many shrimps do you have to eat before you make your skin turn pink? I get it. Caro Caro Bonito is actually risen up to be one of the bands I play a lot, like in the car now. Their last album was really good. Memes aside. I'd also noticed, this doesn't apply to that fight, I just died because I'm a fucking idiot, but I've also noticed this game has a lot of hitbox issues. Like, there's a clip of me standing still and, an enemy missing me 5 times, just to give you an example, but a lot of times when I swing, it's just like, it won't land, but it'll clearly go through their hitbox. And it can be annoying sometimes. Can't believe Funk accepted his weebness. After a certain point, you kind of just... You're not helping anybody by denying it. Same reason I made that erased video on FUNKe. It's just like, fuck it. It's either gonna be this or I'm gonna talk about it on stream, so just own it. At least here I can condense the information. Say it like it's a confession. I mean, to be fair, in modern day, I feel like anyone that says they've never watched any anime whatsoever is the weird one. Like, if you're like, I've never even seen Studio Ghibli, it's like, yeah, I fucking bet you haven't.
Great. Thank you.
Why do you keep using the whip? Because
Thanks so much.
I don't want to get close to these assholes so that they can stomp me with their 4 attacks in a row attack. We're oppressing the Chads. Yeah. The weebs and the Fortnite gamers will come together for a new world order. It's gonna be like World War II, but with the persecution of Chads and
This is
jocks.
1980. Can't you afford a fucking haircut?
Okay.
A world of true peace. Truly. I was trying to look for this since it happened a while ago, but I'm surprised you hadn't heard about it. Powerline Stage Stealers, it went viral. Oh yeah, how could I have... How could I have missed this? Which won't post... My Chrome froze. This fucking image that you sent me froze my computer for 5 seconds. Is there a virus inside this image? And now it won't close. Get off my sc- I have to delete it. That's a cursed image. It's Powerline. I can't tell if you're like memeing. Is Powerline a band from a Goofy movie? If so. Yeah, I can't believe. Listen, there's only 2 fictional bands that I consistently bop to. That's Gorillaz and The Beats. Wow. Actually got it that time without losing too much health. If I can kill these dogs, maybe I can win the boss fight. They each drop 3, so I gotta get 16. Assuming I don't lose health. Which I will, but I can hope for the best. This is what happens. I fucking miss one and then the other one attacks. At least I didn't use any of my vials. Couldn't go a whole stream without a JoJo joke. At least you got it out of your system now. We're past it. Did I buy the new Soul Calibur game? I'd say it's worth the money. I mean, I don't know how active the scene still is. I can imagine it's mostly just like people good at the game playing. But the character creation is fun. If you have any like dumb obscure characters you want to make, then honestly you could like spend the amount of... You can spend $60 worth just building characters. And it's a good fighter. It's enjoyable. It didn't really like hold me for more than like 2 weeks, but I mean I'd still easily like open it up and play it if I was bored. I play a lot of variety, so I don't happen to. I mean, I liked it. Critical still plays, I think. He mains Mr. Krabs. Yeah, I've seen some of his streams of it. It's a wise choice. I mean, I've played a couple of times on my, my Korra character. And it's fun. Where the hell did you even attack? What the fuck are you aiming for? I didn't know you could fall down there. Really? I still died. I got both of them to fucking 10 health and I still died. Good. What if Funk did a stream where he creates characters at the request of his viewers? I mean, that's kind of what my Soul Calibur ones were. I wanted to do one where I, like, just jumped into a server with viewers, but I couldn't really get anyone to join. But it's fun. It's a fun game. Good shot. Stop ignoring me. I've not played Tekken 7, no. Look, right there. That somehow didn't hit me. But that one did. I feel like the least they could do is give the dog some sort of easily exploitable weakness to make grinding less of a hassle. I mean, maybe the gun is a weakness, but then I gotta use bullets on them, which I should be using them on the boss. Oh, they both started attacking, so I've automatically lost the fight. How much money do I need to pay to duel you? I mean, you don't have to pay anything. If I stream it, just ask. I'll fight. I don't really plan on streaming it this week, though. Killing the boss would help. I mean, I'm sticking through this grinding thing because I know it's a part of the game, and I assume it gets better, but, like, this shit is in some ways ruining it for me right now. I never had to do this kind of shit in DS1 or 3. Yeah, there were times where I'd, like, have to grind for souls so I could really level up. But it was never, like, fucking, you're not allowed to fight the boss. You literally don't stand a fucking chance until you grind for literally 2 hours. And then if I die, I gotta do it all over again. This is why a Bloodborne 2 never happened. They wanted to avoid this mistake. Good. Trust me, the only time you need to grind is if you die constantly to a boss. But that's exactly where you're gonna constantly die. I'm fine with grinding, but not if it's this much of a hassle. If you're gonna do grinding, do it like Mega Man does, where they put a bunch of fucking enemies right by the boss room, where you get a bunch of, like, you know, what do you call it? The bits and bobs you need. The energy. In this game, like, yeah, they have stuff that you can grind on, but they're still a fucking bitch to grind on. Like a hooker on her period. Pizzao. I'm not even gonna get any bullets. I've never used them. Can you replace Blunderbuss with another gun? Do I have another gun? If I can buy one, I can probably. But I don't have any money now, so and it's got to work with it. Why don't you just walk through the main path? Is this not the main path? I went to the Great Bridge and I beat the first boss, and it was a dead end. I'm offline. I mean, I want to play online, but it won't let me connect for some reason. So I can't spawn anyone for help either. Torch. That's it, though. Anyone that wasn't here yesterday, I want you to guess what my character is supposed to be. And don't say G-Man. Actually, I guess it shows my name, but I won't open that menu. Buscemi? Yeah, you got it. It's Steve Buscemi. I get him all this time. Fuck. Dumbass. Bad timing. That didn't happen last time. Alright. Walking again. That was fucking brutal. That's how I want to die in real life. All 4 stories and destroyed by a blazing spear. That happens every time. Am I still stuck? Yes. I still have not beaten boss 2. Here's the issue. I can beat the boss, but I have to fight it a couple times so I learn it. And every time I lose all my Estus, and I'm forced to go grind again. I don't mind being stuck on a boss. I mind when it takes me fucking 30 minutes to fight him a 3rd time. So I'm stuck on the boss, but not because the boss is super hard. Because I literally can't fight the boss until I go get enough vials to fight him. Yo, Funk, can you friend me on Steam? On stream? On, like, what, like Twitch friends? No. I only add real subs. You got gifted a sub. It's not the same. The money has to come from your pocket. I don't add anybody. I'm joking. Though I appreciate the offer to be my friend. Do the fucking fire thing. Thought we were all your friends. I keep my friends distanced. Need my space. No, I don't. Do not attack twice. You patient bastard. Weird how I can hit him at all with some of these swings, but I'm not complaining. I feel like I'm conserving a lot more health this time. Which is good. Really good. Can you cross a bridge the same way PewDiePie did? No thanks, I like having my Twitch account not closed. You should gun parry? I don't have fucking bullets! I'll keep that in mind. For the next fight, though. I know like how to stun him, it's just I don't feel like this first part is the issue. I can get through this first part pretty easily. I tried stunning him last fight and it did nothing. I'm not saying there's no way to do anything, it's just it would take me a lot of tries to learn, and I'm not looking to fucking try the boss that many times. So if I can beat him without doing that, I'm gonna do that. However, it definitely seems like that is his one weakness. Like, I'm supposed to be parrying this shit, but I don't have any way to right now. I'm spending more time dodging than I am actually fighting. Well, it's always that part. Why does From always have fast bosses? Because, I mean, when you think about boss design, it's a good design for a boss. It's it's difficult to beat, and it requires quick timing, and you can't just wail on it. You have to actually strategize. But again, my complaint isn't that it's a fast boss. It's that I don't want to fucking grind for 20 minutes just so I can afford the bullets to kill it. It's a lot easier in Bloodborne. There's a way to trade health for ammo, but I don't know what you're playing on. I'm on PS4, but I don't know what you're referring to. I mean, it would make sense if it's like Dark Souls where you can change your Estus for mana, but I don't know how to do that. I guess I could sell my mana and then buy bullets, but I can't talk because I need to conserve brain cells for this fight. The more I talk, the more brain cells are used up. What's that movie where, like, some dude only lives as long as this tree does, and as soon as the tree loses all its leaves, he dies. So like each leaf is like a year of his life. I have that, but instead of living, it's just like my brain cells. When the tree dies, I'm brain dead. And I'd say it's pretty deteriorated at this point. Beauty and the Beast? Is it? I don't know. I haven't seen Beauty and the Beast. That was like an Adam Sandler movie. Wow, I'm doing way worse this time. Favorite Adam Sandler film? What's that one with Pac-Man? No. Pixels. That's what it is. I guess, like, Happy Gilmore. I like Happy Gilmore. I was probably too young to have been What was that other one? Where, like, Dylan and Cole Sprouse played as kid? I liked that movie when I was younger. Really nothing in the last 20 years. I guess nothing in the last, like, 10 years. Click was memorable, but I wouldn't call it exactly his best work. Big Daddy. I love Big Daddy. There's a soundbite that I'll need on the internet. I haven't seen Pixels, but from what I know of it, it's pretty bad. Not like objectively bad quality, but just like bad writing, uninspired. You could tell that no one on the production really cared that much about video games. Sometimes I'll see memes about Jack and Jill and think that it's fake. I'm like, I'm so glad he would never do. Oh. Like, it's one of those things where it's so stupid you wouldn't think it actually exists. Cover, because I know he can't destroy the tree. But if he destroys everything around the tree... Are you kidding me? I'm still alive? Oh, and I got fucking blocked by a gravestone. Longest I've lasted. Now I'm down to 8. Press up on the D-pad. It should give you 5 extra bullets. That would have been nice to know 10 seconds ago. Say, please, my ringtone is boring. Alright, I said it. I said it really quiet, though, so you're gonna have to, like, massively bass boost it. My ringtone is, the Moiracho radio music from JoJo. You know what they say, like, whenever you, like, don't put your favorite song as your alarm because you'll come to hate it? I don't think that's true for me, because, like, I wake up to Moiracho every morning and I love it. The problem is I have to, like, put my phone across my room, otherwise I'll, like, turn it off. I've gotten smart enough that I can turn my alarm off in my sleep, so I have to put it so far it forces me to stand up. You need tips from a Souls series vet? I mean, I know Souls games. I've played my fair share. It's just like I need to fight the boss more. I've only fought it like 4 times now, and I'm already having a fucking grind again. At least Dark Souls gives you the courtesy of letting you die to the boss over and over. Here, you die to the boss, then you get punished for it hard. I don't use alarm clocks. You're living a dangerous life, buddy. It's weird. Whenever I really most need an alarm clock, I'll generally wake up before it. But whenever it's just like, I just wanted an alarm clock, I just want to wake up, I don't have to, I always sleep through it. My body has a really good internal alarm, but only when it's like an emergency. Where it's like, you have to be at the airport tomorrow at 4 a.m. Alright, I'm up at 3. Otherwise, I'm sleeping until 3 p.m. Alarm clocks are useless. They're not, though. They exist for a pretty important purpose. Your body isn't exactly a machine. You can't program it. Do you, like, hire someone to come to your house and, like, knock on your window with a big stick? Are you Amish? I don't believe in alarm clocks. Local alarm boy does it for me. Who wakes up the alarm boy? Does the alarm boy have his own alarm boy? Does the alarm boy's alarm bar have his own alarm boy? It's a flawed system, that's all I'm saying. My mom. That's fair. How does your mom wake up? An alarm clock? Then you are 3rd degree waking up from an alarm clock. That's second-handed alarm clock usage. Are you glad checkpoints exist so you don't have to replay levels every time you fail something? Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that's not really what applies here. There are checkpoints in the game, it's just, once you get to that checkpoint, it's not like, alright, you're at the checkpoint, you only have to go forward. In this game, the checkpoint is arbitrary, it's just a form of transportation to get to a point in the map. In reality, you're going to be forced to backtrack and grind for no reason other than because, fuck you. Fuck you for not beating the hard boss in a game you've never played before. As punishment, we're gonna make you replay all of those levels you've already beaten. And you're still gonna fucking die,
Great.
you pussy.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
Thanks so much.
They're so goddamn effective. Gonna stream the Let's Go games, or you lost interest? Lost? Buddy, I never had interest in the first place. I don't own them. I don't plan on buying them. I don't like that concept of a Pokemon game. I'm sure some people do. I'm not trying to discourage people that like that kind of game, but I don't want to play it, and I don't want them to get my money, so I'm not playing it. You say that, but in Victorian times, every factory neighborhood had a professional window ringer. It was a guy... I know, that's why I was referring to it. I was making a joke, as if someone was still using the window ringer. That's why I said, like, the big stick thing. Sure. How would I... You think I fucking came up with that? I literally word for word described it. Came to your window and knocked on it with a big stick. I'm gonna try with a short sword this time. Maybe it'll go faster. How do I get one to aggress? It's always the back one that aggresses, and the other one fucking blocks him. What an awesome spot to be in. I think I'm done playing this game after I beat this boss, because... fuck. This amount of grinding leaves me in a bad mood. I guess that's what I get for picking the cane, huh? You pick the lowest damage starter weapon. You don't really have a right to complain, do you? What do you think about Rivers posting memes? I'm fine with him posting memes. It's just a lot of them aren't that good memes. They're like okay memes at best. Most of his memes are just like, when your mom tells you to go to school, and then it's just a photo of Rivers like on stage, and it's like, that doesn't make sense. It's just him. And here's the thing, you know, a lot of those Weezer memes were just made by like 14-year-old girls. And he gets sent a lot of them, so he's gonna post them, obviously. But not really high-tier memes. Or it's just Snapchat screenshots. He posted one of mine once, and it was a shitty meme. It wasn't even funny. I lived by a church called River Church. I edited an S so it said Rivers Church, and I sent him it on Snapchat, and he posted it on Instagram. He'll post any fucking meme you sent him. If it has something to do with him, he'll post it. You can tell I've like just given up on dodging. I just can't be fucked. Notice how I've been grinding for 10 minutes and my vials have actually gone down. I was at like 10 and then 9 and now I'm at 8. It gets lower every time I grind. Mostly because I die, but you'd figure for the amount of time I put into this shit, I could effectively grind, but no. I hit the dodge and he just swung. That's... The really fun thing is sometimes you'll hit them and it still won't even fucking stun them. They'll just attack right afterwards. Half of the time, you know, when you hit an enemy, they stop attacking. That sounds like Momo's dumb Mexican memes. Like they have the Spanish when you want insert something movie quote bottom text. Yeah, a lot of Weezer memes are like that. Whenever there's a Weezer related thing, someone mentions you. Oh no, they know. I guarantee you Rivers Cuomo has at least like looked at my YouTube channel. I don't think he ever like watched a video. And I certainly don't think he thinks of me. But I guarantee you at least at one point in his life, he's been like, who's this funk guy? And then looked it up once. And that's gonna... I'm gonna take that to my grave. Cuomo looked at my YouTube page once when I was 18. My life is made. So here's the thing. Cuomo will only follow Twitter users that have a verified tag. So I need to get verified on Twitter, and then we'll see if he has the balls to follow me. There's apparently a music box that makes this boss not horrible. That'd be great, but I don't fucking know where it is. And if I have to, like, look that up to actually fight the boss, that's kind of stupid. You know what? Fuck it. I'm sick of waiting for your dumbass. Take all of my health away. I don't even care anymore. If the music box is easy to get, then I'm getting it. I mean, if I had never played Dark Souls 1 or 3, I would have refunded at this point. I would have rage quitted. Like, I just know that getting good is all I can do in this situation. The Gasagone isn't that hard once you wrap your head around the game. I mean, I'll say it again. I don't think it's impossible for me to beat. It's just I can't fucking fight it more than once every 20 minutes because of this shit right here. And I still can't fucking grind. I know I've been just like talking about random shit, but this whole time I've been thinking, what can I do differently to like better grind this? How can I consistently kill these guys? And I don't see any other option than just what I'm doing. Fucking sit, dodge, wait, attack twice, attack once, dodge, and then I still fucking die while I do it. Harry, how? I can use up my vials to give me guns, I guess. Try a charged R2. Does like 20 more damage. Leaves me 40% more open, but I guess I don't really have any other options, do I? I'm trying to parry, but I'm not getting anything. I parried him, and he immediately attacked, and I did no damage. There's a better spot if you had bullets and can parry. I feel like the fact that you have to know the perfect spot to go grind is more of a flaw than it is a feature. No, I'm still not on that. Don't roll backdash. I mean, I have to lock on and dash forward. My hands aren't... I mean, at this point I'm just making excuses, but like... The issue that I'm noticing is whenever I tend to dash away, I'm too far to land a hit. Like I have to dash away 3 times, and then I'm too far to actually land a hit, so I have to dash forward, which is 2 completely different button presses. You can just check the VOD. I've talked about the Weezer song like 4 times now. I don't feel like repeating the same thing. Anything else to play? Nah. I really just wanted to beat this boss. That's all I wanted to do. And clearly I'm asking for too much. You know, if I could just kill this orc and then respawn, then I would just do that. But no. I'd have to load for 20 minutes to actually do that. I get what you mean by saying the backdash is better, because that keeps me within range of attacking, but it's... At this point, I'm like someone that learned driving a car stick. Like, you're making me fucking relearn the alphabet here. And I'm just gonna keep dying. I'm just gonna do it the wrong way, because I can actually kill him when I do it the wrong way. Spyro would be amazing right now. But I started this, I'm not gonna stop it. Because then I'm gonna have to fucking re-practice next time. If I just beat the boss today, then I'm done. Oh my god. You know what I was saying about, like, every leaf that falls off of my tree, my IQ drops? I think the tree is completely wilted now. It's not like you'll ever move from this bridge anyways. Hey, think about it like this. You don't have to beat the boss if you never go to fight him in the first place. Alright? I'm just using logic here. Quick download Deltarune. No plans, but, you know, this is making me open to anything, honestly. All I ask is that the fucking AI that's focused on me attack me and not, like, wait until he walks in front of them. I'm waiting to attack because I don't want to get stuck in a position where my entire screen is covered by bricks. I can't beat him anymore. I've lost all ability to beat him. This is the real boss. Hey, I just got a question for the audience. You know how in Dark Souls 3 there's a glitch where you can just duplicate your souls until you have max stack? Just asking, just curious for a friend. I don't plan on doing anything, but like, does this game have anything like that? It's like by chance. Just like just some way to, oop, I accidentally got 10,000 blood echoes. What a shame. We'll have to spend 2 hours grinding. That's a fucking... what a shame. It's patched. That's a shame. I have an updated version, so it's out of my range then. Attack. Go. Walk at me. It's like they're not even fucking trying anymore. They know I'm gonna die, so they're not even in a rush to kill me anymore. They're having fun with it. Just go kill the townsfolk. It's tempting. Your weapon's more for PvP? Well, I don't have any money to buy a different weapon, so... nothing I can do. Maybe you should play Larry Boy in the Bad Apple for PS2. I don't have my PS2 anymore. I was never mad at my parents, but I'm very sad that they ended up, like, selling some of my older consoles. Now, bear in mind, they sold it because I told them it was okay to. So, I really should have said I want to keep my console. I basically told them I wanted to trade it for new games. So it's mostly my fault. I just wish they had said, no, you're gonna want these later. With the exception to, like, my Game Boy Micro. Which I guess she just, like... was just, like, cleaning out the house and... accidentally... donated. That I will never forgive. You even get the money from the PS2? I don't know. It's like, probably like fucking brought it into GameStop and got $10 credit. Can't you take a break? I know that bad moods make me play worse, but it's sunken cost fallacy. I will give in when I want to give in. And that's coming up pretty quickly, I won't lie. You don't have to kill these guys each time? What do you mean? I don't have to kill the wolves? No, I don't, but I don't want to have to completely reload the zone and wait 2 minutes looking at these stupid fucking descriptions. That's why I'm just going to the dogs. Because what's the worst case? I die and respawn the area? I'll take it. Takes less time to die than it does to reload the area. It's 1 loading time if I die. It's 2 if I respawn. Wow, that was actually a clean sweep. Shining coins? That's new. Might guide one's way. I don't know what that is. I really do not get their AI at all. Nope. Nope, not dealing with it. I want Funk to play more weeb shit. I mean, there have been, like, weeb fighting games that I've thought about streaming, but I just kind of ultimately know that me and maybe 2 other people will know what is happening, and I don't want to sit there explaining an anime the entire stream. Farm down the right path after the orc. Well, if I can actually, you know, fucking kill the orc, then I'll do that. Skullgirls? I wanted to play Skullgirls. I've not, though. I own it. Chosen not to stream it, though. Do Skullgirls be it. That's a sentence. I mean, I talked a while back about just doing a fighting game stream of just a bunch of different ones, so... If nothing else, I could do Skullgirls. Do a viewer night and 1v1 people. I'll pick the big jazz guy. You know that the Skullgirls creator made TF2 items as promotionals, but none of them got added? I don't think... Actually, I think it might have been, like... I can't remember if it was official or, just, like, someone making items for Skullgirls, but they were cool-looking items. Never got added, though. Kind of have a no Garfield games policy here. I want to get these guys. I gotta prove it to myself that I can. I had like an entire system where I would do that, I'd get full stamina, and then I'd kill them. Problem is 2 hits and they pretty much get rid of all of my health. Bad. I mean, I guess the good news is if I kill the orc one more time, I can just go fight the boss. Too many moves that can only be countered with another specific move. I mean, 2D fighting games have their ups and downs. I thought Fighter Z did a pretty good job. But, like, I don't know. Soul Calibur 6 kind of made me more open to 3D. Originally, it was the opposite for me. I only liked 2D. I didn't really like 3D. But Soul Calibur opened my eyes a bit. The depth mechanic does add a lot of gameplay elements. Alright, I'm gonna try him one more time. Do or die, I'm gonna fight the boss after. It would just be very helpful to have 20 vials. At least almost. That's the... I mean, I guess I could shoot them, but... I don't have the time. I can show you where to farm vials. I mean, at this point, I have enough for the boss. Doesn't really matter now. Well, I hope I have enough for the boss. We'll see. I guess what I could do is... I'm tempted to, like, sacrifice some of these for bullets. Good enough. .3D fighting games and 2D aren't really comparable in any regard. I mean, they're both fighting games, but they just they fundamentally work different. There's a new Kill la Kill fighting game coming out that's 3D, and it had me a bit worried just because I feel like Kill la Kill would work a lot better in a 2D platform. But, I don't know. It seems like they're doing a decent job with it. Mugen stream win. I think at one point I was planning on doing a meme stream as like the heavy weapons guy in the fighter. Kill la Kill's shit. It's a top tier for me. You're gonna keep going, aren't you, Gabe Rickles? Keep trying, man. Oh, if you teleport, you lose your bullets. Good to know. Movie streams are illegal. That'll change. But until then, I cannot. Can watch free domain stuff. But yeah, I can't wait to watch Steamboat Willie. Which actually isn't free domain. But I can't wait. I'm not gonna stop anyone from pirating movies, it's just as a streamer, I can't really do that without going under the radar. What? Why the fuck are you sitting down? Even my player doesn't want to fight the boss. RNG. Not on my side right now. I've noticed there's like 2 or 3 gravestones that are just tall enough to block his gunshots. Stand right like here. He can hit me, but his guns can't. The problem is it's close to the end, so he does that. He runs around it. I'm not sure if I have any Molotovs. But here. Check. What the fuck are you doing? any Molotovs. I used them all earlier. I think I used them in his first phase before I realized. Oh well. Check my inventory. You get stuck on the wall. He sucks at moving. I do wish he would stop gunning, because I can't really hit him until he gets closer. Every damn time, dude. Alright. That didn't do damage. I'm just trying to think right now. Another problem is I pretty much always fight him right here, so I don't know the surroundings at all. Doing damage? A little bit. Of course he did the giant fucking jump right when I was about to glitch him. Did I get him? Oh my god. I'm waiting for this moment. There's like a certain angle I have to hit it. There it is. I'm ready to win, guys. Whew. Long time coming on this boss. I worked for it. Feels good to have finally done that. Whew. Odin Tomb Key. Sounds great. See what it does. After what I've been through, I don't feel bad about it. No. Honestly, it took about as long as I expected it to. I said, like, as long as it doesn't go over 2 hours, I'm good. Cheater? Hey, if they're gonna patch out the ability to dupe your echoes and they're not gonna patch that out, then guess what? It's a feature. Not a cheater.
Welcome home, good hunter.
2 minutes of grinding, 30 of actually fighting the boss. No, it wasn't 30. It was maybe 5 minutes of actually fighting the boss. I'm not even kidding either. That's a stupidly wide fucking margin of grinding. I'm trying to get my strength up so that I can change my weapon. I need to get it up 2 more levels. Do I have any items? Any more echo items? I'll do that 15 more times with other bosses. Now, what I think I'll do is, next time I get to a boss area off stream, I'll just grind till I have like 100 vials. Then I won't have to worry. We got a key now. I'm not even sure where the key goes. But I mean, I was planning on ending the stream after that boss fight anyway, so the next boss fight will fuck you. Oh boy, I can't wait. That sounds awesome. Well, until then. I want to, like... A key is for case opening. I don't want to spend my money on a case in this game, though. I don't really support that business model. Here's if there's, like, any items around here. There it is. I'm not planning on running through the area. I just wanted to get a quick glimpse into it. Reminds me of that like trap castle in Dark Souls 1. I mean, I know it's not that, but the entrance gives me that vibe. Whoops. So yeah, that's discussion. Thank you. Sans Fortress. I'm ending the stream just because you said that. If you take it back, maybe I'll... You know what? No. I still won't. You unlock the shortcut before this boss? Yeah, I got the elevator. I mean, I pretty much fully cleared out the area before it. There wasn't much left for me to do but beat that boss there. Even got, like, the hunter set. Those 2 giant goons with stones drop 2 to 3 vials every time. The ones in front of that? No. Probably should have grinded there then. But I didn't. I guess like I can do that off stream before the next boss. I'll go back to there. But yeah, I'm just gonna end the stream here. And what day is it? Wednesday? So yeah, I mean I'll be streaming tomorrow. Maybe not Bloodborne. Maybe I'll do some Bloodborne, but I figure I'll do something else alongside with it. And actually no, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I didn't even realize. No. If I stream tomorrow, it'll be in the morning, but I'm gonna be at my parents' for Thanksgiving, so there won't be a stream tomorrow night. TF2? Nope. You wish, buddy. Thanksgiving, I'm gonna play TF2. I'm gonna play the new Turkey update. No. Yeah. I guess like there might not be a stream tomorrow. It just depends on if I have time tomorrow morning. Maybe I'll do something short. If not, then I will be streaming Friday. And again, my new Minecraft server season begins on Saturday, the hardcore season. And I'll talk about it on Saturday more. But that's it for tonight. Stream Thanksgiving dinner. It'd be fun, but the second it goes political, it's not really worth streaming anymore. Good night, everyone. Yeah, good night. Someone else posted Sans Fortress, so I'm just gonna end the stream.